Hey yo, it's me, Boss Cat Astronaut, with another update. I know a lot of people over the last few days have probably been pretty nervous. And I know people are thinking about, hey, what should I do with my CNFTs? What should I do with my NFTs in general? Should I liquidate these with, this major price decrease? Not only for Bitcoin, but for Cardano and many other tokens and coins as well. So here's what I will say: it's very important to understand the cycles, understand the elements of a bull run, and the elements of a bear market as well. What many of you just experienced was a bull run last year, and now that bull run has slowed down after the Bitcoin halving and then that upward trend. So what I want to kind of do really quickly is run through what Bitcoin did 4 years ago and what it's doing now in terms of price, what Cardano did 4 years ago and what it's doing now in terms of price. And then I'll give you a little bit of information on what I'm going to do, not what you should do, but what I'm going to do in terms of my NFTs and my strategy over the next few years. So let's get into it. Now, we'll start with Bitcoin. And the last bull run actually ended for Bitcoin in 2017 in December. So that December 2017, January 2018 time frame, that was the all-time highs that we saw for many tokens the previous bull run. So we're talking, over 4 years ago, uh, 4.5 years ago to be exact. So here's what I want to do: the all-time high for Bitcoin. You can argue 20K, whatever. We're gonna go with this. What it says here on Coinbase: $17,730. Right? What happened around this? So what happened 5 6 months later around this time? So around May 11th, the time I'm doing this video, what happened back then? So we're on May 11th. So you had price go from 17,730 all the way down to $8,403 on May 11th of 2018, right? 4 years ago. What that was a 52% decrease from the all-time high, right? So what are we seeing today? We had an all-time high of 69,000. This time the all-time high came a bit earlier, right? For Bitcoin in November 2021. That all-time high has now trickled down as of today. If we're looking at this price, which can fluctuate and change, but we'll go with this: $29,410. Okay. That represents a 58% decrease in price. Okay. So, all time high, followed by descent downward. And I don't think we're finished, right? This is just part of the downward trend that we're going to see. Typically, Bitcoin goes down in price anywhere from 80 to 90% from its all time high. Okay. So I want you to keep that in mind. Well, where would that put us? In between 14,000 and 21,000 for Bitcoin. Okay. And that would typically happen towards the end of the year. If we go back here, we had our all time high in December, right? December 2017. I showed you what May 11th looked like. But then if you continue to fast forward all the way down to the end of the year, December 18th, 17th, 2018, we got all the way down to $3,500. What does that mean? That means that we're in that range of 15 to 20%. That's actually very close to a 20% drop from the all-time high. I mean, that's very close to an 80% drop from the all-time high. Okay, so this range is where if I were a smart man back then, which I wasn't. I talked about investing in Bitcoin and didn't. If I was a smart man, I would have started to dollar cost average into Bitcoin at that point, and I had time. I had time to do so. That was from December, January, February, March. It's still below 4K, right? So that was an excellent time to pick up some Bitcoin. You had an uptrend after that, a few flashes down, but ultimately there's going to be a sweet spot for you to kind of buy in. You're not going to time the bottom 100% correct, but what you can do is you can look at time frames. So what I think is towards the end of this year, uh, and early or maybe early next year, we're going to begin to see that significant downward trend. In my opinion, this can happen anywhere from September, October, all the way through January, where we'll see that bottom. So when we get there, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be filling my bags, not necessarily with a lot of Bitcoin, although I think that's a good choice, but with some other cryptos like Cardano, ETH, and others that I'm really interested in, and of course some Bitcoin as well. So let's look at ADA. Okay, let's look at the same time frame. We're going to go back 4 years again. 4 years ago, 2018, January, all-time high, 109. Let's go to May 12th. By May 12th, we had dropped down to 27 cents. So we went from 109 to 27 cents. That is a roughly 75% drop from the all-time high, right? So again, I want you to keep this in mind as we fast forward over here. Now, happened early. The all-time high happened early. This cycle in September 1st, we went to $3.10 for the all-time high for Cardano. Fast forward where we're at today, 53 cents. Right? That represents an 83% drop in price. Okay? So again, we're very close to where we were before. These four-year cycles are very predictive of what's to come. And a lot of people get shaken out thinking maybe something different is going to happen. But I tend to kind of be more aligned with these 4-year cycles. Long-term strategies, in my opinion, are a bit safer, but that's only my opinion. Now, so I want to zoom back here, right? Because I don't think this is as low as we're going to get, right? If Bitcoin is going lower, I think that our alts are going to go lower as well. I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news. Yeah, we're going to have some upticks, but hypothetically speaking, in my opinion, I think we're going to go lower based on the 4-year cycle. So we take a look back from the all-time high in January 2018, and we go to the end of 2018, right? December 17th, we got to 3 cents for Cardano, right? So from $1 to 3 cents. So we're talking about 98 to 97% decrease in price. Will we decrease that far? Who knows? I don't think so, but who knows, right? But here's what I will say. You had all this time to accumulate. So from that low in December 2018, January, February, March, wow, you can stretch this out a year. A year later in 2019, it was still 3 cents. So you had all this time to accumulate Cardano. And if you did that, right? If you did that consistently and you averaged in around 3 cents, you were able to see that all-time high that we saw earlier. Sorry, this is a little tricky to deal with here. All right, whatever. All right, all-time high. It just popped up for a quick sec. All-time high of $3.10. Right, 100x. Right. So what does a 100x mean? That means if you would have dollar cost averaged in $10,000 in the last bull run, in the last bear market into Cardano on an average price of 3 cents, that means if you sold at the all-time high, which many of us don't, but if you did, that 10,000 would have turned into $1 million, right? That's the power and the opportunity that we have before us in these markets. Now you could dollar cost average into Cardano specifically, or we could buy into some of these CNFT projects as well. When I say some of the CNFT projects, of course, Boss Planet, right? Who else? The Ape Society, right? Well, I'm talking about blue chips. Who else? Space Buds, right? The blue chips. I can't, man, that's so low right now. So tempting to get one of those. Um, everything's on sale right now. But the whole point is, guys, and I want to give a shout out to a lot of other uh, projects. I just don't have the time to do so. But guys, if your CNFT projects have utility, that means if you get great alpha in the community, if it lifts up your spirits during the day, if you love the art, if you love the cause or mission behind it, shout out to Cardano Proxies. If you've built a token economy, like the Ape Society, uh, if you're developing a really cool DAO, if you're building things specifically for Boss Planet in your own, Vox art universe, um, like the Vox Society or like dot dot creatures, like there are so many opportunities for you to get in these projects dirt cheap right now. And the beauty is that you get to learn crypto during this process. You get to learn more about CNFTs, communities, what projects are good and why, right? So when that next bull run comes, not only do you have all these assets, but you've probably stacked tons of tokens within these specific communities. You've probably had airdrops, developed more assets. Maybe you've built something on Pavia, on Boss Planet, on World of Cardano. Um, maybe you started staking things in your cabin with Ape Society. The whole point is this: you can choose to dollar cost average directly into a token, but there's another strategy. You can dollar cost average during the bottom of the bear market into CNFT projects as well, right? And the upside is that if these communities grow, so does your ADA, right? So there's a lot of different strategies I think that people are going to come up with. I'll do a little bit of both. Uh, I'll definitely continue to get into projects, and I'll definitely buy directly into tokens and blockchains that I'm interested in buying into. But guys, I would encourage you to realize that this is simply part of a cycle. And this is it literally could be one of the greatest opportunities of your life once we get to a bottom in this market. So I just advise you all to be patient, be optimistic. Uh, your assets that you've accumulated in terms of NFT assets are great assets to have, but you have to put on your long-term goggles to really see the value right now during these difficult times. So just want to encourage you guys to, keep it positive, do more research on market cycles and what that means right now, and take advantage of some of the opportunities if that's something that you want to do. Um, as I always say, guys, start every day with a grateful heart. Feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm going to talk to you all soon. So take care of yourself.